fact of history happening on this planet is an indication that we have come to the short epochs of novel ingression. What I mean by that is, I got it down to a shoutable slogan: history is the shockwave of eschatology. What that means is, you have biology, sexuality, transfer of genes, rearing of young, life, death, birth. You have that. And then you have history. As brain size and cognitive processes complexify beyond a certain level. But history only lasts for a moment. And beyond history, there is this collective, higher dimensional thing which is the source of our religious intuitions. I mean, we call it God or the Tao or the transcendental object at the end of time. It throws an enormous flickering shadow over ordinary space and time. It's like an attractor. And I believe the acceleration of time that is a common place of observation about our own century indicates that we are now below the event horizon of the basin of this kind of an attractor, and that we are being pulled faster and faster and faster into a confrontation with hidden dimensions of ourselves and reality, and that this will reach some kind of excruciating culmination in Newtonian space shortly after the turn of the century. And the proliferation of invention, connectivity, drugs, human beings, ideas are all indicative of this enormous outpouring of creativity that immediately precedes what I call, cribbing from Alfred North Whitehead, the concrescence. You see, the idea of ordinary historians is that history is pushed from behind, that it's the unfolding of a series of causally necessary steps that can be traced back to the beginning. I don't believe this. I think history is a process that is under the influence of an attractor. History is a set of narrowing options that are being steered into the future by the presence of an end point that the system is attempting to find its way toward. In other words, it's rather like releasing a marble up near the rim of a bowl. You know where the marble will end up. As it loses energy, it finds its way to the point of least energy, which is the bottom of the bowl. And the historical process is like this. And by historical, I mean the geology of the planet, which gave way to the biology of the planet, which gave way to the epigenetic sociology of our species, which gave way to high-tech electronic culture, which is clearly melting down into some kind of electronic, symbiotic, global morphology of some sort. Information is climbing a ladder through higher and higher levels of material organization until it can launch itself into a dimension that we, as the subunits of this process, can barely imagine. This is why we have art and religion and poetry, to anticipate the unspeakable.